Hi guys, it's me, Harry, and today, me and the scary pair will be reviewing Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. The tracks for this wave are Amsterdam Drift, GBA Riverside Park, Wii DK Snowball Cross, Yoshi's Island, Bangkok Rush, DS Mario Circuit, GCN Waluigi Stadium and Singapore Speedway. So, what's going to happen is the scary pair is going to go through all 8 tracks of this wave and reviewing them, giving his thoughts and feelings on them. Then afterwards, I'll be ranking the 8 tracks and into a top 8 list, just like in Wave 1, 2 and 3, and then I'll be giving Wave 4 a final score out of 10. So, scary pair, take it away with the first track, Amsterdam Drift.
First up is Tour Amsterdam Drift. I was really looking forward to playing this track when it was first announced, but honestly, I was actually just a little bit disappointed by the end of it. Don't get me wrong, this track is good, but there isn't really anything too much going on. The music is alright, although I do like the bit where you drive across the flower fields and now on the final lap you drive around the track backwards and you can interact with other drivers driving the wrong way. Apart from that, there isn't really anything going on in this track. It's nice enough, but it isn't anything too special. Next up is the forgotten track, GBA Riverside Park. Boy, it's good to see this track again. Nintendo completely forgot about this track until now. This track is criminally underrated in the Mario Kart Super Circuit version, but now it's gotten the remake it deserves. This track is beautiful. Nintendo has once again perfectly remastered another GBA track. I love the waterfall near the end of the track, that was a nice touch. And this track just looks like a jungle now, an actual real life jungle, with piranha plants, which turns out are actually called tuis, not walking piranha plants, the waterfall, the cave section at the end of the track with the tight turns, the trees and the evening sunset make up a great atmosphere. It looks like a wild jungle where different wildlife could live. A fantastic track, Nintendo. On to the next one. Okay, so the first improvement of this track is that the Mario statue has been replaced by a Donkey Kong statue, which just makes too much sense now because this track is themed around Donkey Kong, not Mario, so I don't know why Nintendo thought the Wii's version needed to have a Mario statue, though obviously Nintendo realised that it needs to be Donkey Kong because it's DK Snowball Cross, not Mario Circuit Cross. But anyway, so that has been improved. Also, the hard parts have been improved, so they are much easier to trick off of than the likes of Maple Treeway and Merry Mountain in the previous ways, where they were quite hard to trick off of. However, I don't think the graphics are better in this version. I think the Wii's version is better because the Wii's version had that snow effect, and in this version the snow effect is almost non-existent. So graphically, I think the Wii's version is better, but functionally, I think this version is better. This track is very fun and very exhilarating. It offers challenge and skill, which is great to see in Mario Kart. As overrated as I think this track is, I cannot deny that this track does do a lot right, and I do respect the track a lot for it. And the music is 1,000 times better in this version as well. I really like the rock heavy metal remix feeling to the song. It's a nice touch. Boy, there's a lot going on in this track. I love all of the different references of the Yoshi's Island game on the Super Nintendo. From the custom music at the start and the end of the track to a remix of the athletic theme, the Shy Guys on stilts, the bouncing chain chomps, the ring goal at the end, the custom Yoshi coins and much more. This track is full of references and Easter eggs that will require multiple playthroughs to spot them all. The actual track is fantastic as well. It has some underwater sections and a really satisfying gliding jump near the end of the track. It is fantastic. It's on par with 3DS Rainbow Road, GBA Snowland and N64 Chocolate Mountain for the previous ways, and it's a serious contender to win Wave 4. It's clear that a lot of love and care was put into making this track range from good to fantastic. An amazing track, Nintendo, couldn't be better. And what a way to end the first cut for Wave 4. I didn't have any idea what to expect when coming into this track. And my word, this track is actually epic! I was not expecting how much I was going to like this track, but I absolutely love it. It's a bit like 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar, but 1,000 times better. I love racing through all the different shops and marketplace where you can buy food and all that other stuff. I love that detail. I also love driving through the town section as well. And just like the Yoshi's Island track, there's a lot to take in. I also love the bit how on the final lap you get to drive into a car park. I was not expecting that, but I love it. I also love the sunset atmosphere to it as well, and the music is awesome. I wasn't really expecting anything when coming into this track, but boy, this track is fantastic. It's on par with Berlin Byways and New York Minute in terms of the best city tracks in the Booster Course Pass. This track is also another serious contender to win Wave 4, along with Yoshi's Island. This track is fantastic. I love the attention to detail Nintendo put into this track, and it just makes me want to visit Thailand in real life. Just like how Berlin Byways made me want to visit Germany in real life. I love this track so much. I couldn't have asked for much more of this track. It's fantastic. Say it with me, everyone. This track should have been either Airship Fortress or Delfino Square. Good, we got the obvious thing out the way. This track is pretty solid actually, and graphically it looks amazing. But that won't escape the fact that it's just Mario Circuit. They didn't do anything in the final lap, like make you go backwards or something like that, like they did with Peach Gardens. I just don't know why Nintendo decided to bring this track back, because they really didn't need a remake. Whereas there's tracks like Airship Fortress and Delfino Square that deserved a remake more than Mario Circuit. I suppose the Forest section and the Wigglers are a nice touch, along with the Piranha Plants that spit fire on the track, but really, this track really just did not need to come back. Sadly, this track disappointed massively. There's just nothing interesting going on. Although visually it is good, it's one of the best looking tracks in the game, so I will give it that. Graphically, this track is fantastic, but on the whole, very disappointing. Wow, this track is very exciting to race on. This is a very well done remake. It captures what made the original GameCube and Wii's version so fun. Graphically, it looks way better. I love how the dirt looks shiny, obviously referencing to water and the aura spores on this track. Nintendo also added in new sections of the track that uses anti-gravity, and the hardpipe sections does so fun as well. This track is epic and exciting. It keeps you on your toes and something new is thrown at you at almost every corner. It's so exciting and epic. The music just adds to the intensity as well. A brilliant remake, Nintendo. In fact, it's even better than the GameCube and the Wii's version. The best version of GCN Waluigi Stadium we have on our hands. The last track of Wave 4 is Singapore Speedway, and this track looks so good. I love how modern and futuristic it looks. I really like looking at all the different monuments and buildings in this track. I also love the bit where you glide over a football pitch, well, mainly because football's my favourite sport, and also I love the music and the fact that it's set at night, just like New York Minute. But what I particularly love about this track is the Chinatown section. I love driving through the Chinatown. I love how the music changes ever so slightly when you're driving in this section as well as all of the marketplaces and foods that you can drive past, just like Bangkok Rush. To me, I actually think the Chinatown section is what makes this track really good, due to a change in atmosphere as you race along the track. I also love how the final lap you drive around the track backwards. This track is fantastic and another strong competitor to win Wave 4, along with Bangkok Rush and Yoshi's Island. This is a very strong track and it has an awesome atmosphere and music. It's a fantastic way to end Wave 4.
Hey, it's me again. So me and the Scary Pair have decided on the rankings of the 8 tracks in Wave 4. We put DS Mario Circuit in last place, Amsterdam Drift in 7th, DK Snowball Cross in 6th, Waluigi Stadium in 5th, Riverside Park in 4th, Singapore Speedway in 3rd, Yoshi's Island in 2nd, and Bangkok Rush is going to win the Wave 4. Honestly, we were having a hard time deciding on Yoshi's Island, Singapore Speedway and the Bangkok Rush to win the wave, but it has to be Bangkok Rush at the end. This is a very strong wave, not as good as Wave 3, but it's better than Wave 1 and 2, so overall, me and the Scary Pair are impressed by this wave. Let's give it an 8 out of 10.